Hello and welcome back, and today we're going to look at freezing or locking the columns and rows in Excel. So let me open my sample data you may find yourself in a situation whereby you want to lock this particular column or row, and as you keep on scrolling from left to right, or just lock the row header, and as you scroll, this header just remains static at the top of the data. So that's what we're going to look at today. Let's see how to lock the rows or the headers of this particular data. So if you want to lock the row headers, what you need to do is to find this view tab at the top of this Excel. This ribbon, you should just find this view tab, and then we'll see this under view tab, you'll see this freeze pens. Just click on that arrow, and then you can choose freeze top row. So when you're scrolling down and inspecting your data, you realize that the topmost row header is static, and you can be able to see what's going on. So what if we want to lock the first column? So what we do, you can first of all unfreeze this. So if I go back, if I was here at home tab and want to unfreeze or unlock the tab that you've just locked, just go back to view, then expand the freeze pens, and then click unfreeze pens like that. Then everything goes back to the way it was. So if I want to lock the first column, I'll just repeat the same process, but this time around we are going to choose freeze first column. So what I need to do is go back to view, and then choose expand the freeze pens, and then choose freeze first column like that. So when I scroll from left to right like this, you realize that I'm able to see the field ID. So the field ID remains static as you scroll from left to right like that. So it becomes easier to inspect your data and all your columns as you scroll across the data. So if you want to unfreeze that or unlock, just go back to view tab, then unfreeze pens like that. So what if we want to freeze the first column and the top row? What we need to do is to find this cell B that borders the first, that's immediately below the first row, and it's also borders the first column. So just click this one here, just B2, then go back to view tab, this one here, then choose freeze pen, and just choose freeze pen like that. So whenever I'm scrolling from top to bottom, you'll see that the first of the header row remains static, and whenever I'm scrolling from left to right, also realize the first column is locked. So that's how you can freeze column, the first column and the first row. What if I want to freeze? So let's first of all freeze that. What if I want to lock the first 5 rows? It's simple. You just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you want to lock from row 5 going up. So from row 1, row 5, we want to lock them so that you're able to see those the data. What you need to do is just click this cell right here, and then go back to View tab and choose Freeze Pens and click Freeze Pen like that. So when I'm scrolling down, you realize that the first 5 rows are locked like that. The same thing, you can do the same thing to the column, just unfreeze and choose, maybe you want to lock of column A, B, C, and D. So what we need to do is click the first column. Under E column, you just select the first column, the first cell, then go back to View and then choose Freeze Pen and choose Freeze like that. So if you scroll from left to right, you can be able to see that those first 4 columns are locked, and you can be able to see your data or inspect your data without disturbance. So you can also freeze multiple rows and columns at the same time. Let's say you want to freeze field ID, SL ID, and SL name, then plus the first 5 rows. So what you need to do is move to just count 1, 2, 3. So this, we want to lock these first 3 columns and the first 5 rows. So just 5 rows, then so you move to the 6th one, move across. So this is the cell, you click this cell right here and then choose freeze pens. So if I scroll down rows from 1 downwards, you can see that row 1 to 5 static or is locked. And same thing, if I move across the data, it's able to see that my first 3 columns are also locked. So that's how you can simply use the freeze pens or to lock your columns and rows in Excel. That's it for this tutorial. Kindly remember to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. See you in the next tutorial.